right, you know what time it is. Live from the BearMuscle Garage, it's time for Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So today we've got a classic BearMuscle battle for you with a 1-1 work-rest ratio. What does that mean? In a 2.5 minute window, we're going to do 10 handstand push-ups, 10 dumbbell power snatches, and then as many calories as we can do on the rower until the 2.5 minutes are done. Then we're going to rest a whole 2.5 minutes before going after it again another round. We're going to go back and forth like this for 5 full rounds. And we're going to break this up into heats, have 2 different teams going. It's going to be crazy. We may be looking at this thinking, those moves are crazy. Handstand, what? I don't even have a rower. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it. Right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and start this general warm-up, which is going to activate the muscles that we are going to be using in today's workout. And the first move we're going to do is bird dogs, and you already know who's going to show us how this is done. Let's see 2 reps on each side. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then those bird dogs are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 bird dogs on each side. Now it could be that this is a bit hard on the wrists and the knees, in which case we may choose to do the dead bug. And let's have bird dog demonstrate 2 dead bugs for us. We're going to be laying on our back, arms in the air, knees in the air, and we're going to lower opposite arm, opposite leg. So that's right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. And the big challenge there is keeping the other arm leg stationary. Doing the dog as described on hands and knees, raising opposite arm, opposite leg, holding the top there for about 2 seconds. Which one is better for us? Next, we're going to get these calves ready. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 reps of the dynamic calf stretch on each side for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then we're actually going to do some dynamic elbows like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 dynamic calf stretch on each side. Now, once again, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit hard on the wrist, in which case we have some options. We could do this off of an inclined surface. Let's have Pippi demonstrate here. It could be off a counter, off a piece of furniture, or even off a wall, but we'll be in an inclined pike position, bending the one knee, pushing that back heel into the ground, going back and forth like that. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, we pike those hips up in the air, push the back heel into the ground, and we're going to hold that for about 2 seconds going back and forth like this. So good job on the dynamic calf, whichever version is better for us. Next, we're going to do some walk the floors from the straddle position. Let's go ahead and have Bird Dog demonstrate 1 rep of the walk the floor for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the walk the floor is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 walk the floors together. Now, it could be that getting all the way down to the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, in which case we have some options. We can do this walk the floor down to the plank. Let's have Bird Dog demonstrate here. We're going to reach down between those feet, walk it out to a plank, and then walk it back and stand it up. Or it could be that we need to do this off of an inclined surface, such as a chair or a counter or whatever the case. We're going to get our feet up against that inclined surface, take a couple steps back, and then a couple steps forward, and then we clap overhead. But if we are doing the walk the floor as prescribed, we are reaching down, walking out to that plank, getting the chest and the thighs all the way to the ground, leading with the hips on the way back up, and then reaching back at the top. So good job here on these walk the floors, whichever version is better for us. Next, we're going to grab a super light dumbbell that is 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less. If we don't have a light dumbbell, then any other light common household object will do. It could be a shoe, it could be a pillow, it could be a teddy bear, it could be a water bottle, whatever the case. So with this light dumbbell in hand, we're going to do some dumbbell deadlifts. And let's have Bird Dog demonstrate 2 reps of the deadlift from between the feet for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the deadlift is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 deadlifts, 5 on each side. So on that deadlift, that object is going to start on the ground in between the feet. And we've got the hips super low, chest up, shoulders back, and we're looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we drive the ground away, getting to a fully standing locked out position. And then we're going to brace that core on the way back down as well. And we're going to hit 5 on one side, followed by 5 on the other side. So good job on these deadlifts. And finally, here in the activation phase, we're going to do some strict press. And let's go ahead and have Pippi demonstrate 2 reps of the strict press for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the strict press is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the strict press together, 5 on each side. So on the strict press, we've got that dumbbell on the shoulder, elbow pointing forward. And we're going to take a deep breath in to brace that core, pressing that arm up and back, getting the bicep into the ear at the top. And then we are lowering that arm with the elbow pointing forward throughout the motion, all the way back to the shoulder each and every time. So good job on that strict press. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 3 moves that we are doing in today's workout. So the first move we're going to do is handstand push-ups. And let's look on as Pippi demonstrates 1 handstand push-up before us. Now, if we have not done a handstand before today, let's not kick up into an inverted position without coach supervision. We offer private coaching. If you want to know more details about that, please message me directly. But we're going to go through some options here that are appropriate for all levels. And we're also going to go through some progressions for those who've gotten the proper coaching with the handstand push-ups. The first option is going to be straddle pike push-ups. And let's go ahead and have Pippi show us 2 reps of the straddle pike push-up for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, I'd like us to grab another light dumbbell. We're going to have 2. And we're actually going to be doing overhead press like this, a dumbbell in each hand. So if you haven't done so yet, let's everyone join in and let's practice these straddle pike push-ups. So we're going to be in a straddle position like we were doing in the activation phase. And we want to think about it as rolling forward until that head is flat on the ground and then pushing back. Now, if this is very challenging for us, then we can actually do some other versions of the push-up. Let's have Bird Dog demonstrate here. We could do an incline push-up off of a sofa, off a counter, or even off a wall. And then we're going to be in an incline plank position, lower that chest to the surface, push back like this. And this will be an option for us if the straddle pike push-up is kind of crazy. The next option that we have here is the assisted handstand push-up with the knees on a box or a chair. Let's have Bird Dog demonstrate here. You're going to have your knees on a box or a chair. That's about knee to waist height. You're going to lower your head to the ground, push back up like this. Now, it should be noted, we should be proficient at the straddle pike push-up before attempting this. And then from the seated position, if perhaps now you want to grab a slightly heavier set of dumbbells, we can do so and practice that. But let's everyone join in and let's do a couple practice reps of the assisted push-ups, either the straddle pike, if that's better for us, or the assisted off of a chair. So we are practicing this inverted position, whichever is better for us. Now, at this point, if we have been coached in getting upside down, let's just practice a couple handstand kick-ups, because the first step to a handstand push-up is getting the heels on the wall each and every time. And so we want to confidently get those heels to the wall and then back down, holding that handstand for about 3 to 5 seconds. But we want to practice that nice confident kick and then getting back down. And after we've done about 3 to 5 kick-ups, we can then do some straight handstand push-ups using however much assistance is needed. For instance, we see Bird Dog has got a couple pillows there. Pippi as well has some assistance there. Let's get a couple practice reps if we've been coached on this motion. Now notice we're going to lower our head to the mat. And as we push up, we are pushing the head through, which helps activate those trap muscles and help you to lock out. And it should be noted, we want the heels on the wall, the butt off the wall. So lots of different options here on the handstand push-up. The second move that we are doing today is the dumbbell power snatch. So let's grab that super light dumbbell, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less, and let's look on as Pippi demonstrates 2 reps of the power snatch for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then that power snatch is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in here and let's do 10 reps of the power snatch, 5 on each arm. So on the power snatch, that dumbbell is going to start on the ground in between the feet. And we've got those hips low, chest up, shoulders back. And then we are going to jump and punch that dumbbell overhead. Notice how we're keeping it close to the body. We don't want it to get way out ahead of us. So we are jumping, treating it like a zipper, zipping, punching that arm into the ear. Now notice we have a couple different options going on. We could either alternate arms each rep, or we could choose to do 5 on one side, followed by 5 on the other side. We'll leave that up to you. If you do plan to alternate each rep, I want you to practice switching overhead. It takes some getting used to, but that is the faster and more efficient way at the right weight. So good job on these power snatches. The third move that we are doing today is the row. So if you have some type of rowing machine, what I'd like you to do is to hop on that right now. And at the lowest level of resistance, I'd like us to get those feet into the straps and then start to do a practice row to really feel our technique, make it more about the legs before the arms, hitting that nice big press with the legs, leaning back, aiming for the upper chest. But most of us don't have these machines. We're the machines. We're going to do an at-home modification for the row that involves the jump rope. So if you have a jump rope at this time, I'd like you to grab that jump rope and we're going to practice some different jump rope progressions. So if you have a jump rope, what I'd like you to do right now is first, let's just practice some good old-fashioned singles. Now, if we don't have a jump rope, that's fine. We have other options. We can do either some stepping jacks if we're trying to manage our impact, or we could do jumping jacks, or we could even do jumping thigh slaps like this. Now, if you do have a jump rope, now that we've done a good amount of singles, let's go ahead and practice some crossovers. The crossover is going to look like this. So we swing normal, then we cross those arms. And as we see, very important to cross hard, cross confidently. Now, if we don't have a jump rope, here's a way that we can add some challenge. We can do some crossing thigh slaps like this. Or if we're trying to manage our impact, we could do left arm over, right arm over, like that. So lots of different options here. If we haven't jumped in yet, let's go ahead and practice some of these options. Whether we have a rope or not, we have lots of different ways to get that heart rate up and work on some skills. So good job on whatever version of jump rope or row that we choose to do. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been earning badges and you'd like to add some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight in today's workouts, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 3 to 5 practice snatches on each arm, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our division today. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super light weight that we were just using in the warm-up, 10 pounds or less, 5 kilos or less, is going to be more than enough for us today. It's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. Let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. We've got 5 rounds of super intense action here today in this battle. We need at least 5 fight songs that are going to keep us motivated all throughout this time. So what's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 5-round battle workout. We're going to be counting our score, which is either the calories on the row or how many dubs we're doing. But there's a lot going on, and it's easy to lose track of where we are, what's coming up next. So experience has shown that, yes, having the workout written down close by with some type of scorecard is the best way to go. So if you're a teacher's pet, let's see that whiteboard on screen, and let's take this teacher's pet picture. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this bare muscle battle, which is in a 2.5-minute window. We're going to do 10 handstand push-ups, 10 dumbbell power snatches, and then as many calories as we can get on that rower until the 2.5 minutes are up. And then we're going to rest a whole 2.5 minutes so we can be 100% recovered and then hit that next round again. We're actually breaking this up into 2 heats so we can cheer each other on while we're resting and vice versa and keep that morale super high. On the handstand push-ups, let's not get upside down unless we've been coached in private sessions. If you want to know more about that, please message me directly. We have lots of different options. We can do the straddle pike push-up. We can do regular push-ups off the ground. We could do incline push-ups off an inclined surface, such as a counter if needed. On the dumbbell power snatch, we're not adding weight unless we've been earning badges. And we are looking to have a challenging weight if we've been earning badges, but still a weight that we can get through, 5 on one arm before having to switch. And then we've got that row. Most of us are going to be doing some form of jump rope today, whether it's crossovers or whether it's single jump rope. Or if we don't have a jump rope, then we could do some jumping jacks or thigh slaps, whatever version is better for us there. If we do happen to have some type of machine, then let's make a note of how many calories or however much output that we get on that rower at the end of each round, and that's going to be our score today. So your score is going to be the total amount of calories or jump rope reps completed after the 10 handstand push-ups and 10 dumbbell power snatches in these 2.5-minute rounds, and then 2.5-minute rest in between for a total of 5 rounds. If you are good to go, give me a thumbs up here. We're going to have Pippi hit us off in heat 1, and we're going to have our cheerleaders Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse cheering her on. And so here we go, guys. 10 handstand push-ups, 10 power snatches, and then as many calories on the rower as we can do until that 2.5 minutes are up. And then we're going to rest 2.5 minutes while we cheer on our other heat. It's going to get crazy. Starting in 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. We've got Pippi kicking up to the handstand position, getting that head all the way down, pressing through, locking that out. And 10 is a big number for a lot of us. It could be that we need to do this in 5 and 5. Pippi coming off the wall and the crowd going crazy. Love to hear from our cheering squad.
You got this. Keep going.
Oh, round 1. Show us how it's done. Oh, Pippi.
So Pippi finishing off this set here, getting all the way down, pressing through, locking that out, and then getting to that dumbbell. Jumping it up, punching that arm back into the ear. And she's choosing to do 5 straight through before switching. And then finishing the 5 on the other side. Getting those hips low, getting that arm into the ear each and every time. So nice work on that dumbbell. Pippi making it over to the rower in time for the target window, and the crowd goes wild.
Do it.
And Pippi is now on this rower. And while we warm up on the low damper, in the workout, we can put that damper up to whatever our level of preference is. On a Concept 2 rower, most people, the sweet spot is somewhere between 4 and 7, the damper setting there. There's no reason to ever row on 10, no matter what anyone says. But that sweet spot will maximize our effort for the output for the effort given. And we've got a 30-second warning now before Heat 2 starts. So we've got Mighty Mouse getting ready to go. We've got Bird Dog getting ready to go. And Pippi is rowing away, driving with those legs, hitting that lean, aiming for the upper chest. The recovery is important too. We are punching those arms forward. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and there goes Bird Dog kicking up into that handstand. Boom. Mighty Mouse doing the standing overhead press with both dumbbells. Pippi catching some breath, writing that score. And then Bird Dog did all 10 in a row. I'm going to go ahead and challenge you on your next round, Bird Dog, to maybe take away a level of assistance there. You knew that was coming. But love to hear from that cheering squad.
Good job, guys. Come on, you got this. Woo.
Mighty Mouse on these snatches. Keeping it close, punching that arm back. And there goes Bird Dog. Finishing off the snatch, heading to the row, Mighty Mouse. Finishing off the snatch, heading to the row. Just in time. Now, like we mentioned, there's lots of different types of machines out there. It could be that, hey, our machine doesn't have a screen, in which case we can count our strokes or any other way to measure our output here. But we do want to count something. This is part fitness, this is part experiment. We want to measure our success. But nice work here, Mighty Mouse. Getting some rows forward, rows back. Awesome work. We are breathing, we are pushing through it. And just like that, we are at the 30-second warning. Pippi getting ready. Ooh, that was fast, right? So just less than 30 seconds left. Mighty Mouse going hard. Bird Dog going hard. And we're about ready to go to the top of the second in 10 seconds here. In 3, 2, 1. Here goes the top of the second. So Pippi kicking up into that handstand, pushing the head through, keeping the heels on the wall. That's what we want to see as well. And then making a strategic break there. But Mighty Mouse writing that score. Bird Dog writing that score. Then recovering and cheering on. But we are pushing that head through, locking that out. And there goes Pippi, done with all 10. Heading
got
on
this.
these snatches here.
You can do it.
Getting that arm into the ear. Once again, going for 5 on one side, then switch.
Oh, Pippi. Whew. It's making it look easy. Keep going.
So good breathing, good bracing. And now about to start racing, heading to that rower.
You got this. Keep going, Pippi. You got this.
And so we are driving with the legs. We are hitting that lean back. Aiming for the upper chest, and then boom, hitting that punch forward in the recovery. Legs, lean, pull, punch. Legs, lean, pull, punch. It's amazing how much of a difference technique makes. We may think, you know what, let me just crank this rower. But the better our technique, the better we can crank it. And just like that, we are getting ready for the bottom of the second. 30-second warning for Bird Dog. 30-second warning for Mighty Mouse. The bottom of the second coming up in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And the bottom of the second. We got Bird Dog, nice solid kick up. Boom, pressing that head through. And yes, looks like she took that advice. A little bit less assistance, but much better challenge. Much more appropriate to the level of capacity on the handstand push-ups. We've got Mighty Mouse on the standing overhead press there. So nice work, both of you. And we got Mighty Mouse going for that snatch. We got Bird Dog getting ready for these snatches. Pippi recovering, writing that score, getting ready to cheer on. And we are using those legs, using those hips, punching that arm back.
Come on, guys. You can go. You can do this. Go, go.
And Mighty Mouse, boom, done with that snatch. About moving on to the row. Bird Dog as well, done with the snatches. Moving on to the row. So far, everyone hitting the target window. And the target window is nothing more than the best way to know if we've got the appropriate level of challenge for ourselves today. And how does the target window work? Well, as we earn badges, we start to choose more challenging movements and maybe use some weights. And we know we picked the right ones if we can finish somewhere around the target window of time. In the case of a battle workout like today, we're looking to get at least about a minute or so on the rower, which has been happening for everyone. 30-second warning. So top of the third, Pippi is getting ready for it. Mighty Mouse and Bird Dog finishing off the bottom of the second here, rowing hard, using the legs, using that lean. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Top of the third for Pippi. Nice solid kick all the way down, head through. Good angle against the wall, pushing the head through, keeping the heels on the wall. That's what we want to see if we're in this handstand position. But nice work there, Pippi. Couple reps in, then about to finish off the set. A beautiful work there. Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse writing the scores, getting ready to cheer on. But Pippi on these snatches.
You got this. Keep going.
Jumping it up, punching it back.
Go, Pippi,
Getting
go.
that arm into the ear. 5 down on one side, finishing 5 on the other. So nice work here, and we've got Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse going crazy.
That rower.
Yeah, got this.
Push it.
Everyone so far hitting that target window. And notice, when we have a cardio-based battle, like we're battling row or battling bike, notice how we don't have a target amount of calories. All we're asking is for you to pick the right weights and the right movement options on the buy-in movements, because we know that capacities vary widely on the row and on the bike. All we want out of that is for you to just do your best each and every time. And the calories will be what they are. 30-second warning here, bottom of the third coming up for Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse. But each round, as the fatigue settles in, the technique should be getting better and better to compensate. We are leaning back, driving with those legs, aiming for the upper chest. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bottom of the third. 4, Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse. And Pippi recovering, writing that score. These 2.5 minute rests are getting shorter and shorter, right, Pippi? The Bird Dog finishing off these handstand push-ups. Moving on to that dumbbell for the snatch. Mighty Mouse as well on this snatch. Getting low, punching that arm into the ear. But nice work here. Let's go, let's go. Punching that back.
Woo, let's do this, guys. Come on.
Love our cheering squad. And there goes Mighty Mouse getting to that row. Bird Dog as well. Getting to the row. Everyone nailing the target window. And let's remember that technique, driving with those legs, leaning back, aiming for that upper chest. Leaning back, leaning forward on the recovery. But good pacing here. Even though we have that 2.5 minute rest, we also know that it does take a toll after a while. And our veterans, our experienced ones, know that in a 5-round workout like this, we definitely need to pace ourselves accordingly. And just like that, 30-second warning, top of the fourth here, coming up for Pippi. So let's hit this row. Let's do this thing. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Top of the fourth for Pippi. Kicking up into that handstand. Getting these reps in. Pressing the head through. Let's remember to press that head through to help lock things out. Couple reps in. Strategic break. About to kick right back up. Staying nice and solid through the movement. But nice work there. Bird Dog writing that score. Mighty Mouse writing that score. Getting ready to cheer on.
You got this, Pippi. You got this.
Pippi on these snatches. Punching that back. Getting that arm into the ear. Already 5 down on the last 5 before hitting that rower.
Great job keeping that pace.
So great split times each and every time. Cheering squad agrees.
Woo. He's doing great. Keep it going.
Yeah, good job. Keep going.
So Pippi on this row here, driving with the legs, hitting that lean, aiming for the upper chest, hitting that punch, that scoop on the way back. Better technique, better efficiency, especially important as we get tired. So nice work, let's go. Hitting this row, staying focused. And we are at the 30-second warning, bottom of the 4th, coming up for Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse. So Pippi finishing off this row here. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bottom of the 4th for Bird Dog. Pushing that head through, keeping the heels on the wall. Mighty Mouse pressing that up, pressing that back. Awesome work here, Bird Dog taking a strategic break, finishing off that set. And we love when our mascots cheer us on. Pippi writing that score, recovering, getting ready for this last round here. But Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse working through these snatches.
Come on, guys. Go, go. We're almost there.
Bird Dog's trusted mascot, counting her reps for her, making sure she's staying honest. And there we go. Bird Dog getting to that row. Good split time each and every time here, guys. Mighty Mouse as well. But we are on it. Hitting that lean, hitting that pull, hitting that punch. Nice work here. Let's do it. And we are breathing, staying focused. And just like that, we've got the 30-second warning. Pippi getting ready for this last round here. So nice work. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Top of the 5th, last round for Pippi. On this last set of handstand push-ups. Maybe in this break we can move that bottle so we can see these handstand push-ups better. But Bird Dog on this last rest here. Mighty Mouse on this last rest as well. And here goes Pippi onto this last set of dumbbell.
You got this, Pippi. Keep going. You got this. You do it.
5 on one side, working her way down. The 5 on the other side. And she gets to the rower in the fastest split time out of all the 5 rounds here. The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Last
Keep
round.
going.
Go, go.
Got
Make
this.
that record.
That's what we want to see. Last round, last round. We are driving with those legs. We are hitting that lean, hitting that pull, hitting that punch. Using our lungs and our heart to get the most out of this last round. Let's keep driving. Let's keep breathing. And just like that, we are at the last 30-second warning. Bird Dog going next. Mighty Mouse going next. Pippi rowing as hard as she can. This is the last row for Pippi. As much as she can, as much as she can, as much as she can. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one, and Bird Dog kicking up. Mighty Mouse repping out. Pippi, so glad to be done. Last couple handstand push-ups for Bird Dog. Heels on the wall, head going through. Heading onto this dumbbell for the last time. Mighty Mouse on this dumbbell for the last time. And let's keep it close. Let's punch it out. Pippi tallying up that last score. Proud of all her work. And there we go. Fastest split time for Bird Dog and Mighty Mouse as well. That's what we want to see. We are in the last round, blast round. And let's hear from that cheering squad.
Go, guys. The home stretch.
This
Do
is it. The last minute. We are doing as much as we can. We've been pacing, now we're racing.
Come on, let's row home. Row home. Row, row. Your boat.
We've got the last 30-second warning here. Let's let it all out. "20 more seconds. "10 seconds here. Let's get another rep. Let's get another rep. Let's get another rep. 3, 2, 1. And that is it. Bird Dog done. Mighty Mouse done. Pippi super happy to be done. Well, as crazy as that was, now we're at the best part of the workout, which is the cool down stretch. And this stretch is super important to help us fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So that we're going to do today is the child's pose. That's going to be where we get the arms out in front of us, hips back, and we are sinking into it like this. Bonus points if we get those arms up and sink into it like this. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get those arms up and pull back. And while we're doing this, let's reflect on the workout. Let's do some high-low buffalo. So, high. What is one thing you feel you did well in the workout? Low. What is something you want to do better the next time it shows up? And buffalo. What is something that surprised you about today's workout? While we're doing that, let's switch to puppy dog. So we're going to get those hips over the knees, chest into the ground, which is more of a stretch for the upper back. And while we're here, let's hear from Pippi. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get those hands on the shoulder blades and pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Pippi?
My high was the row, especially towards like the end when you said concentrating more on that form, especially the recovery of going forward. That did help. And my low was I would like to work on switching overhead. I just don't have the confidence, I think, yet to do. I picked a challenging weight for me today, so I'm happy about that. But I know that, like you said, it's the strategy of doing overhead. So I'm gonna have to work on that when I get to the heavier one. So, but buffalo was that I was able to do all of the handstand push-ups. I'm dealing with some sinus congestion now, so that there was like a lot of pressure that last 5, but I was like, okay, let's see if I can stick and do it, and I did. So it was good. It was really good. Great workout.
Well, proud of you for sticking to it. Listening to your body, of course, but sometimes we do things we didn't think we could do. And yeah, as far as the switching overhead goes, it's kind of relative to the weight that we use. So I was glad that you used a very challenging weight. We do tend to switch either at the chest or on the ground when it is heavier. And that's why it's good to practice that overhead switch at lighter weights so that we can do that progressively heavier with time. But good job. And let's go ahead and switch to thread the needle. We got one arm forward, other arm through, sinking into it like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from bird dog. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're going to get the one arm across the chest, pull back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, bird dog?
Oh, my high is the power snatches. It's like after lifting your own body on the door, like the weight seemed pretty light, so I might need to get another weight. Because I think I could have went heavier on my power snatch. My low, the handstand push-ups, which I think might secretly be a buffalo too, because I went from feeling like a superstar until you said take one of them pillows away. And I was like, oh, that's hard. But I still did it. I just broke it up a little bit. So I was happy that I didn't have to modify the move. So low, but also buffalo. I think that equals progress. So happy about that.
And that is exactly the point. There's always different ways. We don't want to just settle into what we know. We want to progressively step a little bit more outside the comfort zone. That 2-pillow setup was looking way too easy. The fact that you did that unbroken means, yeah, I'd rather see you take one away and have to break it up maybe once throughout the set. That's how we know that's a little bit more challenging. So good job, bird dog. And let's thread the needle on this last side here. We got the other arm forward, other arm through like this. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Mighty Mouse. And if we're doing this in a seated position, we're getting the other arm across the chest, pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Mighty Mouse?
My high was the dumbbell power snatch. I didn't have a low, but the buffalo was how many of the last round of the rows. I did more than any other round, so that was a good for me. And the workout was good.
And you did great with it, Mighty Mouse. We're always finding ways to make it more challenging, and we're just running out of ways, it seems like, but I'm pretty sure we'll continue to be creative and find movements that are just as challenging enough for the fitness that you're developing. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. You know what's left, this sweaty selfie. Because does this count if we don't take that selfie? Let's flex on the camera here and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Fit crew.
Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.